Hey, what's up? John from VideoFort.com bringing you a basic After Effects tutorial. This one is on how to set up workspaces. So it might be valuable for some of you more advanced users that aren't quite comfortable customizing workspaces and things of that nature. So let's go ahead and get started. So we've got our workspace here. I mean, these are, all the different little panels, and you can move them around and drop them into different places and, customize it however you want. Uh, and then over here, you've got different workspaces. So you can do like all panels, and then, if you're trying to do more effects based stuff, you can go to effect. If you're trying to do more painting type stuff, it'll kind of set up a workspace that's nice for that. And then you can always just go back to the good old standard, which we just kind of jumbled up there. So let's go ahead and fix these back to how they're supposed to be. Actually, that's the composition, so we're going to put that one on top here. Project goes back over there. And you see how all these different things come up when I drop them. So when I drop it in this, it'll line it up with this render queue tab. If I drop it there, it's going to put it above the render queue tab. So check that out. Boom, it's above the render queue. And if I do it with that bar, I'll put it right with the render queue. So that's cool. Let's go ahead and throw a composition in here so you can see a few different things on how setting up multiple composition viewers can be helpful. So I'll go ahead and do new composition. We'll just make it 1920 by 1080. And let's get really exciting and put a red square on this. Boom. Sweet. And then let's go ahead and put another new one over here. Close that. Then let's pre-compose these. I'll just call it red square. Boom. And now let's make a couple yellow squares. I actually want two shape layers. Not that it matters that much. So we're going to have two pre-compositions set up here. We'll call these ones yellow squares. Sweet. So where can we go from here? I can set up new comp viewer and kind of split this space up a little bit. And I can make this one focus on maybe the yellow squares composition. Or I can also open up red squares, and this one's going to be on red squares. So I can have it just focus on these two different pre-compositions, and I can make changes in here, and it'll be completely separate. Another nice thing that I can do is go into the comp 1, and I can have both these on here. And then over here, I can make changes. Maybe I want to put some blue squares in there now. I don't know. Get real crazy. Throw in a pink square, maybe. I just change it to pink. So you can see how we can make alterations, and then I can select that shape layer and change its color too, maybe green. And it lets me make changes or view different changes in multiple comps, which is nice. Then I can even go over here, do one more new comp viewer, and make this focus on the yellow squares. And we can resize these to fit within the windows. And so now what's going on here is I've got three comps in this center window, and this is focusing on one of those comps, and this is focusing on the other comp. This is kind of convenient when you have different setups going, or you want to make quick changes or something and see them be changed to the overall. If I go over to here, I can add another square and that puts it here. If I go to where it says comp 1, oh, and another thing that's important, notice how these are locked. If they're locked, they won't change, but then if you have like a free floating one that's not locked, it will change on you. So I'll go ahead and lock that. Now I'll go over to comp 1, and it should just switch over to this window for me. And I can do things like turn off that, but I can still see them over here, so I can continue to make changes on the red square composition, even though I turned them off in my comp 1. I mean, get creative. There's lots of different ways you can use it. I personally use it when I'm doing multiple screen setups for edits. So I'll have one of the screens here, I'll have the center screen here, and then the third screen over here. And they're all just kind of doing their own thing. And then I'll have a composition window maybe over here. So I'll do like an entire composition window set up over here so I can see the overall changes on 3 screens, and then I can, make them individually as well. So that's a little how to set up workspaces. You can really customize them however you want, and just kind of play around dropping them into different places, and opening this up and doing that. You can also bring out like the effects controls, move those around, and you can always reset your workspace so that it'll go back to the original, so you don't have to worry about going too far down the rabbit hole and not being able to come back. So that's an important one, is the reset. Now let's say you set up a really good workspace that you like. Maybe you have your double screen setup going on, anything like that. We can get saved, and you can just go up here, say new workspace. You can put super awesome workspace, and say okay. Now you've saved your super awesome workspace that you like using, and it's right there. So you can go back to your standard, or the text, or the super awesome workspace, and should be just super awesome for you. So check it out, play around, and this tutorial has gone on way too long. Have a great day, guys. Make sure to subscribe over to the right there. We love it when you do that. Let us know what you're up to by posting comments to your videos, and we'll check them out. We love seeing how our users are making cool things with After Effects or Cinema 4D or anything. And head on over to VideoFort.com to check out our awesome stock footage as well. You can use that in many of your edits to push your quality. Anyways, I'm going to wrap this up. You guys have a great day. Later.